My name is Peter Abungu, and I founded an organization that works primarily with young people in the slums of Kibera in Nairobi, Kenya. Kibera is a big slum with a huge challenges. It is the biggest slum in the sub-Saharan south of the equator, and it has 900,000 people. Nairobi, as the capital city of Kenya, has a population of 4 million according to UN Habitat, and out of the 4 million, 71% of that population lives in the slums. Kibera slums comprises of 31% of that, with a huge challenge as regard to issues of health, social issues, economic issues, education issues, and as an organization, one of the things that we've come in to do is to try and empower, equip, and inform young people in ways that are relevant to help them come out of the challenging scenarios. One of the projects we've run over the last few years is called, has a Swahili word for understand yourself, Jitambue, and it focuses primarily on young girls. And the reason why that program was initiated was because of some of the challenges we encountered through our interactions with young people in the slums. The program primarily focuses on aspects of how our self-worth, just about how to be pure as a person, and positive reproductive health. The reason why we focus on that is primarily because a lot of young people, particularly girls, come from families that are broken, families of single mothers, and a lot of within these families in the slums, they practice commercial sex, or what you call a prostitution, and as such they have seen that done in a 10 by 10 space. And so when their parents exercise their trade, the kids have to sit outside the door for their parents to make their money. And so if a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old or even a 10-year-old is sitting outside the door, they know exactly what's going on in those homes. And as such, they grow up to think that that's actually how life should be, even though that should not be the case. And so when we go into these places, our core objective is to begin to change the minds of these young people, work with them to begin to give them a different perspective of how they really need to take care of themselves, look after themselves, and value who they are as individuals, to avoid some of the major illnesses or health issues such as HIV/AIDS, sexually transmitted diseases, STIs, and just general rape. So the J project has fundamentally focused on that, and currently we have 287 girls on that program, and it's really been phenomenal to see how that has grown from a group of about 40 girls to about 287, even though we have a huge challenge because we have about 700 girls who would like to come on that program, but it's got to be sustainable. Now, on that particular program, one of the things we've done, we noticed that when girls go into they begin to experience their cycle, one of the challenges is if you come from a family where even to raise enough money to have a single meal in a day is a challenge, the last thing you want to think about is to buy a feminine product for a young girl who's beginning to experience her cycle. So we thought that probably the best thing to do would be to meet that need, which is a very practical need, and it's fundamental for some of these girls who are just experiencing their cycles for the first time. Because if they miss school, they stay at home for a whole week, they're bound to be abused by neighbors, by relatives, by people who want to take advantage of them so that they can give them some little money to buy the feminine products. And before you know it, these girls are pregnant, they've contracted a disease, they've been raped, and they can no longer be in school. So the J project has been initiated to fundamentally meet some of these needs, but also address them in a very practical manner. So these girls receive feminine products every month, and they in the clubs that we formed in the school, so that they can encourage one another, support one another, and find ways on how character can be built to fend off some of these challenges. And in a nutshell, that is one of the programs that we have in Swahiba Youth Networks, and there are so many ways you can be involved. Thank you for listening.